Ba da ba boom ba ba bam ba bam ba bam bam ba ba bam ba ba bam ba bam ba bam 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 ba bam bam bam. It's Tuesday, 12th of March. We're live again. Welcome to the Kick-Ass Show live chat about elemental businesses, websites, and basically anything else you want to talk about as well. You know, we're quite relaxed about the topics we talk about here. Of course, we do respect each other as well in here. So if there's any conversations that we think are touch and go, we have to either stop those conversations. But so far, we're doing all right on here. I've been quite busy this morning looking at sorting out a few things, just sorting out some client websites, updates for a few clients as well today. You got to admit, when a client sends you an update, you kind of go, ugh, and you go in and do some updates. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Hey, George. I've just dropped in a little link there if anyone wants to go over and do a bit of voting. I thought, hey, why don't we open up a bit of voting? Hey, let's do a little bit of voting. Boop, there I am. So I thought, let's do a little bit of voting. Let me just move myself to be there. There we go. Hey, Gary, how you doing? Hey, Atlantis. I'm not doing the EV Mux today where I had people on the screen, and I'll tell you why. So if anyone has showered, got their hair done, nail polish, makeup, whatever, clothes and all of that, really, really sorry. EV Mux for me, I've gone back onto the line with it. So like, I thought it was really good. Then I fell out of love with it. Then I thought, okay, it's actually okay. And now I'm a bit like this with it. I feel like there's too many bugs in it, especially how some people's cameras weren't working properly. I was led to believe you don't get feedback, so you don't all have to wear headphones. But it now seems like you do have to wear headphones, otherwise you get feedback. So I think it was, I think it's a promising tool, but I'm a little bit not overly impressed by EV Mux now, I have to say that. I think they've got a bit more to do before they start rolling out a product and making out it's really, really good. I've now realised there's bugs in it. Hey, Tony, good to see you. By the way, look, if anyone wants, right, please do go over here and cast your vote. So I've got 3 questions. Will you ever advise your clients to use Elementor Cloud? There's a typo in there. I've got a capital L. Ignore the typo. Do you have any other jobs in addition to web design? So do you have any other jobs? So is web design like your part-time, or do you have other jobs to make up your income? Where do most of your clients come from? So word of mouths, advertising, purchasing leads, friends and family. So please do go and drop over and just drop. It's all anonymous, by the way, okay? It's all anonymous, right? I don't collect anything. I'm not collecting your email or who you are, your IP address, nothing like that. It's just a plain, simple polling, voting, really. That's kind of good. So yeah, let's see how this pans out as the session goes on, to be honest, and I'll keep refreshing every now and again. This is using the Yop poll plugin, which is free. Yop, which is YOP poll. So if you go to plugins and do a search for YOP, so Yellow Oscar Papa or Yankee Oscar Papa or whatever it is, YOP poll, as in POLL, it's a free plugin. There is a pro version, but for the free plugin aspect, it's pretty kind of easy to do, really. Pretty simple to do. The pro's got more features, but I'm fine with the this one here at the moment. So yeah, let's see how that one pans out. What are you all working on today? I mean, so one client, it seems like one client that we're trying to close off for ages now, because we just need to transfer their website over. Hey, Jimmy, bonjour, bonjour. Trying to transfer their website over from staging to live. There's a big issue with the person who manages their hosting behind the scenes, their webmaster or whatever you want to call them. who knows nothing about building websites, I must add. The person who manages their hosting knows nothing about websites. All we need them to do is to install a blank WordPress installation on the host. If you install a blank WordPress installation, we can then transfer the website over. But it's taking ages to do that. Ah, Paul, yeah, I mean, the manual timeline, it is a little bit fiddly, but it's not too bad. You okay, mate?
Yeah.
Excellent, Jimmy, you closed a deal today. But, oh, yes, that one, that's like, what, 2 weeks now, isn't it, on the one you're waiting on? I hope that one comes back really soon. By the way, you know, if anyone wants to join in the voting above, we've got 3 polls there. Ding, 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 ding. Come and click that link and have a go. I mean, to be honest, Paul, there are plugins out there. Don't get me wrong, okay? I think Premium Add-ons has got it and a few others. There are plugins out there, but my solution is fiddly, but it saves you doing a plugin. But if you find it's too much work or effort, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, I'm just saying if it's you know, causing more headache than good, then go and get a plugin, right? Raheem? You're out of the shot. You're not in shot. Look, you're out of the shot. If you come this way a bit, you'll be in shot.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still wearing his pyjamas, and it is now past midday.
Because I went to bed.
You went to bed last night?
No, because I was sleeping for a bit.
Don't worry. Oh, let's make sure R2 doesn't fall down there. But don't worry about it. Hey, Pigstar, how you doing? You're not invisible. You are there. You are there, Pigstar. Don't worry. But yeah, if anyone wants to have a go at the vote above, right? It doesn't collect your email or anything like that. It's just a general voting little thing. If you want to go and have a look at the vote, let's see how the votes are going. We're all a bit late. We're just a bit late on saying hi. You doing all right, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not having anything to eat. Mum is because
You've already eaten, but you have eaten.
Mum isn't having anything because she
But you
hasn't
have eaten
all day.
Okay. Mum's not feeling well, is she?
No.
No. Hey, Mark.
Downstairs.
Oh, careful! Don't shake the table. Don't shake the table. Hey, Mark. My chauffeur website I built last year. Well, Tony, do you want to email? Tony, do you want to? I mean, how about you email me with your website, and let's get it on live again, and just have a look at it, and we can all throw our opinions and thoughts across for it. Do you want to do that? Email your URL link. We'll put it on screen, and we'll go for it. And if anyone wants to join in the voting, go ahead. Right? It's free. We're just getting some. We're just collecting to find out, you know, what's your interests. So we've got 60-40 at the minute with Elementor Cloud. We have 62% people do have another job in addition to web design. That's interesting. And at the moment, word of mouth and referrals is winning for the number of clients. Hold on, Raheem is trying to show his face, and I think he's like, boop, there we go.
I'm struggling.
You're struggling, mate, aren't you?
I'm going here. Now everyone can
Yeah,
see
so as soon as we get... Ooh, leave that. So as soon as we get...
Can you put this R2 from your room and give it to me? Because I want R2.
No, R2's got to stay here.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get Tony's link, I'll put it on screen and we can have a look at that. Have a look at that. Hey, Carapos, how you doing? By the way, anyone that's joining, we're not doing the EV Mux live chat thing. I need to investigate that further. There were quite a lot of technical issues with it, with cameras not showing or the feedback from the microphone, which I was always told by them you wouldn't have that problem. You don't need to wear headphones, but it seems like you do need to wear headphones. So I feel like their solution still isn't absolutely perfect. So I'm going to play around with that a little bit more. Oh, leave that. Leave that.
But I like him.
No, leave it. So we'll just wait for Tony to email over his stuff. And like I said, if you want to join in the votes, you know, the link is there for you to join in. All right, we're just collecting. I think it's something I might do every now and again. I might just put like random voting up there and stuff, you know, like, I don't know. You know, we could just put stuff on there like, what do you think of Will Smith? You know, maybe not, but right. So Tony has now sent over. Okay, so we're now going to have a look at Tony's website. Okay, so I am going to shrink myself down to be something like. Oh no, I've lost my. Hold on, something's going wrong here. Wait.
You put it upwards, Dad. See? Look, it went up.
Yeah, I know. I'm just got to get myself back. So let me just get my. Ooh, something real. Okay, hold on a second, everyone. Something's wrong. Something's gone really drastically wrong with my little image person thingy-midgy there. I'm still here, by the way. Okay, don't worry. I'm still here. I'm still here, by the way, everyone. Okay, I'm still here. So we're just going to get him onto screen. Just wait a minute. Get the website on. Okay, so we're going to do a quick look at the website, okay? So when we look at it, I mean, please do, anyone else who's watching this as well, just join in if you can. You know, we don't mind that if anyone wants to join in. So, right, yeah, take care, Gary. Okay, take care. So we got logo over here. I mean, I'm just going to double check something, okay? Because I'm viewing this on a MacBook. Yeah, okay. So even though on here this looks really, really close, it isn't actually close. It's a boxed width, everyone. Okay, so don't worry about that. I do think this header here, there's a lot of spacing over here. You know, I feel like you got your address, you got your number, you got all of this over here. There's a part of me, if I just jump all the way down to your bottom here, you've already got the address here, you see. I'm not entirely sure it needs this whole address. I feel like you could just have the word London. You know, Monday to Sunday, even this bit here, outside these hours, please, you know, I would just have contact us, London, maybe. Because you've got this already, you know, you got it all here. All of this is here. So you could easily get rid of that. You could have, you know, like, I mean, you got contact us and book now kind of thing. You got the number there twice. Yeah, I agree with Atlanta says the logo could go smaller as well. But you got the number. You've already got the number there. You see, so you don't really need it twice. I get why you've done it. I get this because you've got this header here, but I would say you don't need to have this here. You've already got it there. I think you could lose that. You could have just the word London somewhere. Yeah, I think yeah, I mean, down here, it's, there's a lot of stuff going on here as well. Because that's really pushing down. Because you know how you got your logo here already? There is a part of me that says you could lose this entire top line. And you know this bit here, Monday to Sunday and all of that, you could maybe have that here somewhere or near the number, but you've got your logo already here. I get why you've got it though. I do get why you've got it, because if you went onto like a different page, you've got it again over here, you see. But I just feel like, could you get that as a white font and then have it over here? Hey, George. So yeah, something to just think about there. I think the images need to stand out. I mean, I think it kind of works with how close they are. Yeah, I think there's a lot of white going on here, but not a lot of images. So what we get right at the top is we get all these images, then we get a lot of text. I would definitely say change this, because it's very boxed and it's very like tight. Yeah, I'm thinking that, Tony. I'd get rid of that. I would have the logo over here. Can you get the logo as a white font and have it over here? Right? I would do that. And I would also, yeah, get the logo to be over there. Get rid of all of this top bit completely. Have your London somewhere maybe here. Just say London. You know, you don't have to go into specifics of exactly where, but just say London kind of would be enough. Yeah, have it. Yeah, you got it in white. That's good. This bit here, you see, is very, it's just very, you know, column. It's like a column of text. There's a lot of repetition as well. I mean, I think it's because you're reinforcing the chauffeur services and your company name. I get that. You know, SEO, I get that. But it's very repetitive. Trained chauffeurs have many skills, best drivers, trained chauffeurs, consummate professionals, professional chauffeur team. You know, it's quite repetitive. Best transport chauffeur teams, different skills. You know, I'm counting the number of times I see repetition. So I would say that can definitely, yeah, that can definitely be probably shrunken down to just fit here right now. That would be it. I don't think it needs to go on and on and on like that. And it might be that, you know, in one paragraph you can say, you know, trained chauffeurs, consummate professionals, good transportation management, event management, you know, all of that. Yeah. Yeah, it's the SEO, but I think overdoing the SEO can kill the impression you're trying to get as well. Because what we've got is we've gone from images to text. And then down here, right, we have testimonial. I would actually put that, all of this, to be right down here. So before you get to here, above here is you'd have your testimonial, right? I think having it up here, I don't think it doesn't work for me there, because we're just going into more text. And we've got this big space here. I'm just looking at your padding. Right, okay. This is where you got to have a think now about testimonial. So I did say to one client once, okay, what I said to them was, where you have a really big testimonial like that, it looks really ridiculous when you then have that, because then you got this massive white space. So let me just show you something else you could try. Okay, so let me show you this. I hope you can all see this, okay? Look, there's Mark. Hello, Mark. Say hello, Mark. Wave, and there's me. Yeah. Right, so down here, can you see this testimonial area that we've done? So I'm just showing 5 of our testimonials that I want to show off here. 5 testimonials presented like that. Yeah. And sometimes that can work better than when you have this. You got a really big one, pushes everything down, and then you have a tiny one, and you get this massive white space. And I hate it when I see that, because it looks like you've missed something. It's like, oh, is there meant to be an image here? I get why. It's because this one has pushed it all down, but I don't know what anyone else feels, but I find that kind of style can work really, really well. But it's yeah, and I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 12 there, right? Just pick your top 6, top 5, top 6, and that'll be fine. Let's just scroll down. I would say, this, I would make this. Ooh, is that a boxed width? Yeah, you've got a boxed width going. I would make this be a blue. I would get it to match the header here with the blue and white. Link it all back in again. Actually, I take that back. Leave it as grey because you've got a blue button here. Yeah, okay. So all of this section here, these 3, well, all of these bits here. What you want to do is you want to, sort the top out. Sort this out to condense the amount of text you got. Really condense it. Then jump into all of this stuff here. Then have your testimonial, right? So rearrange that. Then, I mean, look, even here, I don't think you need this. You've got it here. It's in your footer. Otherwise, it just, you repetition for no good reason there. We're back. I don't know if that helped. Hey, Indapre. But that help. I'd like to think it did. Did that help? Yeah, I hope that helped. All right. By the way, if anyone wants to join in on the vote that we're doing as well, so we've got a vote going on here. If you want to join in on the vote, there's a link there. So let me just refresh it. So at the moment we have a bit of a, we have 2/3 would recommend Elementor Cloud. 60% of people do have another job. And where do most of your clients come from? 80%. 80% of clients are word of mouth and referrals, which is, that's interesting, isn't it? Which I think is very, very true for the way things work. Yeah, I mean, by the way, Tony, we haven't gone for every page, but when you start to work on your home page, it gets you into a frame of mind with how to approach the other pages. And then you'll be in a better position to just crack on with that and do stuff there. But I hope that all helps you out. If it doesn't help you out, then I'm really, really sorry about that. Super, super sorry. But yeah, please do vote. So the link is there. Voting. Go and link. Go and link. Go and click. Right? Go and click. Join in. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. So I had so one of our clients renewed their hosting maintenance package for the year, which is good. And then as soon as they did that, they sent through tons of changes, which I don't mind, because we got to do the changes. But it was like, whoa, okay, I know you've paid, but chill out. How many changes? Like a lot. But it's their annual changes, so it wasn't completely, it wasn't completely unexpected. Yeah, Jimmy, go on. You just said, hey, Imran, question. Fire away. What's your question? Yeah, so you got a project you worked on where you produced and directed videos. And I wonder how many videos you put on the project page, would you say? Okay, so I would say, are the videos very different? So when you say 2, 3, 4, are they very different from one another? So would you say if 4 videos would justify being on there because they are very, very different? Do they show something like really, really different in all of them? Or would you say they are very similar? Because if they're very similar, then I would say just put 1. Well, there you go then. And if they are 4 different techniques or whatever, and they are they justify what they are, I wouldn't say they are a lot. I wouldn't say it is a lot, because it's almost like maybe I want to see all 4. I mean, you could almost then say, are they quite long? So could you merge them all into one video? If they're like 30 seconds or a minute long, could you just merge them? And that's another possibility. Hey, Tony. But what you've got there, Tony, is like the platform and the starting blocks, right? So, bit of rearrangement, a bit of watch out for repetition and stuff like that. Don't have too much wording. Word. And think about the testimonial. Yeah, I would merge it. Then it's just one video, Yeah, you can merge it. That'd be a good. That would be a pretty good way to do it. Or, the Elementor has got the video widget, video playlist. That's it, video playlist. You could add in all 4, and then you'll have the video and you'll have the playlist. So you'll have technique 1, technique 2, 3, and 4. And then it's just one video, but they can pick to see video 3 because it's in a playlist. So that would save you merging, and you've told them the 4 techniques. So now they get to pick what they want. Maybe like, I don't care about technique 1, but technique number 3. I really want to know about that one. Right? So I would probably do that. Do the video playlist. Saves you merging. You keep all 4 separate. And you've made it clear what they are. And it's only going to take up like that much estate. Something like that. Going to take up that much estate. But that would be a good idea. Video playlist. Yeah, that's what we like to do. We love to give good ideas. Dun, 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 dun. Does anyone else get like that when you get like updates from your clients? And the updates are not difficult, but when you get the updates, you sort of go, ugh, did I really have to do that? Does anyone else get that? Ooh, Indapre, embedding a website in another. I'm sure we got asked this a while ago. Did someone ask this same question a while ago? I seem to recall something about this. I'm sure someone asked this question a while ago, right? Am I wrong? Whoa, look how big this is. I look massive here at the minute. Wait, let me just shrink myself down. I am sure someone asked this question a while ago. I'm not too sure about embedding, if I'm honest. Like, I would be a little bit worried about, you got a website and then you're embedding another website. You know, I'm just wondering about the delay time. I mean, there is iframe, but I would wonder about, is there a delay with it loading? Or what if it says this website can't be found? And you get that grey box of pain. This website can't be found, or it can't open. Anik's got a question. I don't know how much hosting. I wanted to go Elementor. How much of an upgrade? Well, with Elementor Cloud, you're going to get your cloud hosting. You're going to get your Elementor Pro. You should have enough to do what you need to do. What you're going to miss out on is the ability to purge the server. Also think about your domain. Also think about your email hosting as well. Not your email. Yeah, your email. Yeah, George. So WP Rocket and Autoptimize. I, though, have not yet had the need to use WP Rocket and Autoptimize together. So I can't really talk much from experience about it, but I haven't had the need to do that. There you go. Atlantis has done it. It probably was you then, Jimmy. Couldn't remember who it was, but I just remember the question cropping up, so it was Jimmy then. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, I think unless you know for certain that, you know, like, for instance, what if you do an iframe of a website, right? And then the website goes into coming soon or maintenance mode, right? Or they change the URL for that page or whatever, I don't know. I don't know, I'd be scared of doing that, the unpredictability of it, right? But then again, that is just me. I like to be very risk averse. I'm a very risk averse kind of guy. Right, let's just update the voting. Let's see how the votes are going. So we still have the same pattern, I think. You know, voting, you know, I hope loads of you are voting as we go on here. And if anyone wants to join in, there's the vote. But the voting kind of is consistently kind of staying the same at the minute. Right, so the cloud hosting, if you think about it, Anik, the best way to think of it, yeah, is like, it doesn't matter where, well, it matters a little bit, I'll lie, it matters a bit, but no matter where you are in the world, okay, the website should be pretty damn fast, as if like, so let's say you're in London, right, and I'm using a HostGator, and their service is in, and they are based in China, let's just say, right? My website will be based on a China server. So there might be a bit of lag and delay. Well, there's definitely going to be a delay with the website rendering. Whereas when you do the cloud, mine will connect to the nearest server as part of a cloud network. So the main server might be China, but there'll be other servers dotted around the world, and it just kind of goes, and it will just generate. Oh, a very interesting point there by Pickstar, GDPR issue. Dave, if you're on a staging website, GoDaddy consistently go down. You know, yesterday someone on Elementor, they made a mention about GoDaddy. And loads of people were like, don't use it. Even I did. But there were so many people coming on as well going, they love GoDaddy. They've never had a problem. And I just sat there thinking, look, there will be, in my opinion, a minority that never have a problem because you only do the basics or whatever you do with it. But the minute you start working with a staging website or you try and push it, and I mean push in a good way, like certain types of plugins, or you're just trying to do something, even with just using Elementor or other page builders, GoDaddy can't really handle it very well. Can't handle it very well. Yes, please, if you haven't liked already, hit the like button, okay? All right. I wanna get 1,000 likes in the next 20 seconds. Go. 20 seconds. Go. 1,000 likes. I don't think we're going to hit it, but keep clicking the like button, okay? No, these were real people, but so some of these people, I looked at their profile and I just got the impression like that maybe they're not going to do half of what we kind of do with Elementor and WordPress and stuff like that. And like, we do more than just a landing page, right? We do a little bit more than just, this is who I am. We might have a shop, appointment, rentals, embedding iframes inside an iframe, inside an iframe, inside an inner section. God knows who would do that, but let's just say, right? Oh no, Gmail has blocked emails. Oh no. I'll tell you which I tell you what, you know, if you have a WordPress website with SiteGround, never had an issue with email. GoDaddy, there has been the odd issue. IONS and one-on-one always gets an issue. Bluehost as well sometimes gets an issue with sending emails from WordPress. Hey Stacy, how you doing? Oh yeah, sorry, I just saw your thing, Anik. Yeah, I hope that made sense about the cloud. Okay. Hey Anik, look, Anik, I am not a major expert. I am an expert in stuff, in some stuff, not everything, but I'm not a major expert. I haven't got a qualification to back up what I do and everything like that in terms of web design. And a lot of us, you learn on the job, you learn as time goes on. Web development and the world and the way things are, technology is always moving forwards, right? And I would never want to I would never want to yes. So I'm not going to tell you who, but someone on here has mentioned this website. Now then, let me tell you something, right? They are awful. This one here, this person here, I don't know who they are. I don't know any of them. But this company, right? I have to be really careful here. Someone who runs one of the one.com, right? So as someone who runs one of the Elementor meetups in the UK uses one.com. And when they told me, I was like, whoa, what are you using one.com for? And they're like, never had an issue. And I said to them, what kind of websites do you build? And they told me, and I went, okay, so your websites are mainly like for consultancy. So it's never a shop, never like a proper full-blown appointment booking system or anything like that. And I was like, well, probably that's why you think it's great, but I would not touch one.com. Look, you know, whenever you see a company, right, let me tell you now, right, when you start to see adverts like this, right, whoa, look at this, it's already hiding me. Come on, go away, go away. Go away. Ah, you can't see it, right, let me just move myself out of the way. Hold on. When you start to see stuff like this, website tools, hosting and personalized email for 99 pence a month, add on VAT, it'll be £1.20, £1.19, right, whatever, per month. It is too good to be true. Yes, it will work. Yes, you'll get hosting. But you'll regret it. You get what you pay for, okay? You get what you pay for, all right? If you want a McDonald's triple cheeseburger, you go to McDonald's and get your triple cheeseburger, all right? Okay? You want a doner kebab, you go get your doner kebab, all right? Sorry, I didn't mean to talk about doner kebab like that, all right? But if you want your doner kebab, you go get your doner kebab. Oh man, sorry, I've done something to my screen. Just wait a minute. I've done something really stupid to my screen. Wait. There we go, right. There we go, we're back. Let's just refresh this again. Let's see how the voting's going. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, there we go. Word of mouth is still winning the race there. Well, the thing is, Anik, right, so I'm going to answer the questions that are coming through, right? So, George, willingness to learn, that is the best degree. So sometimes I talk to some people. I mean, and they talk to me like I don't know what they're talking about. And I know what they're talking about, but they talk to you like you don't know. And when experts do that to me, I lose interest very quickly and I can't wait to be rid of them. Ha, Dave, 99p won't even pay the electric bill on the server. Exactly. Everyone can chip in, and as some of you rightly do, you do this already on the chats or email. If I say something wrong, you correct me, right? Or you got another opinion or a thought process or a way of doing things, you should always chip in and say it like it is. You know, it's like I've had people talk to me about SQL and stored procedures and stuff, or Tableau. Mark will know who I'm talking about. So I'm training up a team on how to use Tableau, visualization software, a team, and someone who's attended some conferences starts telling everyone that I'm wrong and this is how we should do it. And in a very tactful way, I'm letting that person speak, but then I'm trying to explain to everyone what they're telling you is the textbook way. The textbook way. You know when you learn like Snowflake schema or databases, you have the textbook way, right? The way you do macros, the way you do Excel formulas, you have the textbook way. But when you come to real life and you apply the literature or the way to do stuff to what you want to do, the textbook is a start. What you then have to do is put experience in. So you've read a book that said, this is what you do. But in real life, that's not worked. Who here's used Microsoft Access? Do you remember the old days? Oh, I hate Microsoft Access. But in the old days, that's what you did, right? Everyone learned on AdventureWorks. Do you remember AdventureWorks? The perfect database, the perfect table, the perfect relationship, the one-to-one, the one-to-many, the many-to-one, and all of that. Everything was perfect with AdventureWorks, right? But that goes out the window in real life. Databases in real life have duplicates. There is not a proper one-to-one. You got to do transformation. You've got to do you've got to do some you got to think, you got to problem solve. And when people come up and go, "Yeah, I know AdventureWorks," I go, "That ain't real life." Textbook is the starter. You then got to put experience in. And when I had this person in this presentation saying, no, this is what we do, this is what we do, I was like, no, in real life, that does not work. Because you're talking about, when you're working with, I mean, we work with databases that have over 10 million rows of information, right? You know, like we're talking like 100 columns and more, 200 columns, right? You got to think differently. And I've gone on a tangent, but that's what used to happen a lot. I mean, I used Access for the first time in 2000. In fact, it was 2000, and I hated it. And when I moved into the NHS and they were using Access as well, they were all using Access. I very quickly, on my own, learned SQL, and I then spent about a year training up all the other analysts in our department and even some of the data warehouse engineers how to use SQL. Even they used Access. And I was like, this is so slow. To be honest, I came across SQL accidentally. Because one other person in the team used SQL. But they used it, but no one else did. Because there was a fear. They'd all learn Access. And I was like, SQL. And my God, the minute they moved to SQL, where we worked then, the world changed for us in terms of the productivity and efficiency of doing stuff. Yes, I was, Mark. Yes, I was. I'll tell you what, Mark, right? Before she left to join... No. Hold on, let me get this right. Before she, you know when I first joined, and then there was those performance date Tableau reports. Anyone here? Some of you might not understand what I'm about to say, but don't worry, okay? It'll be over in 30 seconds. You got your database, you got your code, you have you have a view upon a view upon a view. It was 8 views in total. And what that person could not get their head around was a view exists at a point in time. And the results from that fed this view, which exists at a point in time, which feeds to this, which exists at a point in time. Because they all exist based on the previous one, you were literally creating like a looping paradox. And their queries took 3 hours to run. I came in, spent 2 hours rewriting them. They took less than 30 seconds to run. No, it wasn't Mark. Actually, Mark, it wasn't JK. It wasn't. It was someone who a lot of people at that time used to criticize. And I saw him one day. I one day came to speak to him, and on his machine he had SQL. This person, this warehouse engineer, and I was like, "What's that?" And he told me, and I was like, "Hold on." So I could rewrite what I've done like that, and then suddenly my brain went like this. And this is back in 2000 and 2001. And there wasn't a lot of, you know, I mean, you didn't have YouTube galore, you didn't have loads of stuff there. Exactly, George, a view. So this person had a view upon a view upon a view upon a view. Anyway, we've gone on a tangent here, everyone. Really sorry. We're talking about SQL here. But boy, did I love SQL. Boom, 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 boom. And I think I think a lot of like the lessons of life in terms of understanding that just because this is what you learn isn't how it always translates in real life, and how you have to think about the problem, the solution you're trying to reach. And by the way, if anyone wants to join in the voting, right, there's your link to click, all right? Join in the voting. Whoa. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm here as well. No, we'll get rid of that. That's a bit silly, isn't it? Right, okay. So the lessons you learn, isn't it? And I think a lot of it also comes back to like driving, isn't it? You learn a particular way of driving, and you got to learn that way to pass your test. But then when you actually start driving, you should always never do anything dangerous, but you start your way of doing things slightly changes, doesn't it? Nice one. A view within a view. Video filter. Very good. I didn't think of that, actually. I didn't think of that. But yeah, you know, the fact this person would be like, yeah, it takes 4 hours to run this code because of the amount of data. And I was like, I've run queries with 10 times data. It does not take that long. And when I looked into it and saw how it was built, I just was like, this is ridiculous. You know, and then when it runs in like 30 seconds, you kind of go, you know, because this poor person who waited for the results, you make a change and then they're waiting. They are literally waiting. And when it's urgent work, it's just not a good way to operate. WooCommerce just needs a complete overhaul. You know, I mean, I'm going to write a letter to WooCommerce about their business model and get them to change it. So I'll put in a good word for you, George, all right? I'll say, look, I know someone. For free, they will do your database work, right? So for free, for no money, for no nothing, George will do it. And he doesn't care if it takes 10 years. For free, non-stop, 24/7, he'll work on your project and nothing else. I think, yeah, I mean, WooCommerce have got a massive monopoly, right, on the shop side of things with WordPress. I know there's Shopify plugins and stuff like that, but the trouble with WooCommerce is that there's loads of things we don't like about it, but the fact it just kind of slips into WordPress and just works is why we all still use it. You know, and there's this big community shared knowledge base. Like someone here could ask a question about WooCommerce. Oh, I want to do X, Y, Z. And someone here will go, yeah, we can do this. Or you could do that. Or you could use this plugin to help it. Or you could get this and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like for the poll that I've got over here right now. Right? This one here. I spent about 30 minutes testing out 5 different plugins just to find one that was simple and easy to use. And then I decided to use YOP poll because it's free and it did the job. But if in WordPress we had like 20 different shopping solutions, I think it would get a bit scary, wouldn't it? Because you know, when you use Woo, you know what you're getting. You know the limitations. You know what you're getting, right? But if there was a massive choice, it could get scary with trying to understand all the different tools. But the paid add-ons for Pickstart, I've said this before on the live chat. What WooCommerce need to do is stop saying $200 a year for subscriptions, $100 for this, you know, whatever. What they should say is you get WooCommerce free. And if you pay $200 a year, per year, you get all of the WooCommerce add-ons. All of them. WooCommerce Pro. Because if they charge $200 a year, I would get my clients to do that. I would. Because now I'd have all the WooCommerce solutions all under one roof. Because when you use a third-party one like Themify, Shop Engine, all of this stuff, shipping plugins, there's always a chance they don't work properly because it's an add-on. And if they could just do WooCommerce Pro, how many of you here would go for WooCommerce Pro $200 a year if you knew it had everything in there and it updates, and every time there's a new add-on by WooCommerce, they add it on as well into there? Wouldn't you do that for your clients? You know, as part of your package, right? I would probably buy a package that gave you like 20 licenses, whatever, so you could make income when you pass it on as well. I know. I mean, the fact they are, I mean, like, look, right? It's $200 a year, I think it's $200 for the subscription, WooCommerce subscription. I use Paid Membership Pro. It's free, and it has the subscription, the recurring subscription built in for free. And you kind of go, seriously? You're asking someone to pay $200 a year just for a subscription plugin add-on? What is... It's ludicrous. Why do I think there's not been a big competitor? Because they're monopolized. They have got a big monopoly over it. Right? They've got such a big monopoly, and they've got the know-how, the promotion, all of that. And they got in there early with WordPress as well. To take on WooCommerce, right, you would have to have everything perfect to take on WooCommerce, right? I mean, that's what I mean, Carapos. You know, if they'd said $200 a year, I think every WooCommerce shop, not every, 75% of all WooCommerce shops would probably pay $200 a year to get all this extra stuff. And they're probably going to make more money, I think, than when they sell individually. You know? Jimmy, do you really think... Oh my God. I think Pigstar and George and a few others. What would we call it? If you weren't going to call it WooCommerce, what would you call it? I don't know. I mean, really what you want, though, what you really want is like a full-blown Elementor compatible one as well. Well, to be honest, as long as it's WordPress, it doesn't matter, does it? Oh, yeah, do you know what? I forgot that. GoDaddy do offer it, don't they? What's their price again? But the trouble is, though, you got to go with GoDaddy. I mean, the fact, it's like GoDaddy saying, hey, our hosting is already pretty rubbish. But you know what? Let's overload it with all of the WooCommerce plugins. And then wreck it up even more. Poo. Do you know what, Mark? The first thing I thought of was the word poo. And then I refrained from saying it. I thought, oh no. Oh, I won't say that. And you've gone and put it down. So you've basically said what I was thinking as well. You know, but you could, you know, but to take on, you know, for me, right, anyone taking on WooCommerce is a bit like someone coming in and going, right, you got the Windows machines and all these companies, you got the MacBooks, right, and the Apples, you got Google Chrome as well. Someone coming in to take over and compete with the MacBooks, right? Another company that comes in and tries to take over. You know, it's like you're going up against competition. You're going up against an established business. So whatever you put out there has got to be damn good. A bit like EV Mux. EV Mux came out saying they're better than Restream, StreamYard, all of this. Now, they give you 1080p, tick. They give you multi-stream, tick. They give you lots of stuff for free, big tick. But the multi-stream doesn't work properly, right? Number one. Multiple live people chat. The cameras don't work for all of them. Problem there. Feedback from the sound, when they claimed it doesn't do that. Okay, and the multiple live chat. So if I stream to Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, I don't see the chat from LinkedIn. So you make all these claims. You say you're better than them. The only thing they've got, which is really good, right, is the 1080p for free. But I'm now going, you know what? The 1080p for free is brilliant. But it's the other stuff that Restream and StreamYard do really well that matters for me. Because yesterday's live chat, it went well, don't get me wrong, but I would score it 5 out of 10. I wasn't overly happy with it. I felt like we couldn't see George. Like you guys couldn't. We could, but you couldn't. The feedback from the sound that we have to wear headphones, you know, it kind of, I felt like, maybe, you're probably better paying for a different solution then. But EV Mux, they come on the scene, they made a lot of claims, but it wasn't as good. And I think that's the thing with WooCommerce, you know. In fact, it's like all the other page builders that are coming out. There's always a new page builder. AppSumo, they're always got a new one. Hey, drag and drop, boom, 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 boom. And I'm looking at them going, you are nowhere as near as good as Divi or Elementor or other established ones. In fact, Wix is better than what you do. And I hate Wix, but you know. So everyone wants to have a cut of the pie, but... Oh, mate. Yeah, but George, I tell you what, George, we could see you. We could see you. So I don't think it was your cam at all. I don't think it was. I think it was just EV Mux couldn't handle it. They make a claim that you can have up to 12 people, but I don't think it could handle it. Hey, Pro Media. Any advice for a product add-on and a filter plugin? Product add-on? Well, WooCommerce. We've all just... WooCommerce. Okay, hey, Gerald. So, Pro Media, WooCommerce, and for a filter, use Themify. Let me give you the video for that, all right? Just hold on. Let me give you the video for Themify so you know what to do. Here you go. So, Pro Media. So Themify is it's called WooCommerce Product Filter, but it's Themify. That's a good one. And WooCommerce. Oh yeah, Woo. I've not used that one yet. Not had a need to use Wooby Woo. Wooby Woo. I wanna be like you. I wanna talk like you. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, Wooby Woo. So let's just check what the stats are saying at the moment. Okay. The stats are Whoa, I'm in your face at the moment. Let me just shrink this down. There we go. Right, so yeah, people would still recommend Elementor Cloud to their clients. Nearly 70% do have another job. That's interesting, right? That is interesting. And most clients, over 80%, do come from your... Well, not your mouth, but word of mouth and referrals. Okay, I think we're clear on that. All right. Shop Engine is good, Pro Media, but I would say that I found Themify to be better than Shop Engine for the filtering. That's my opinion, though. I found Shop Engine to be better. Crocoblock, I don't really use it much, but like Haripos does, and he's found it really useful and helpful. Hey Peter, how you doing? We're doing all right. We've been live for... How long have we been live for? Just over an hour and 5 minutes. Oh, whoopee woo. Oh, whoopity woo. Whoopity woo, 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 woo. Pro Media, right. If you want to make... Right, okay. If you want to use the Elementor widgets for WooCommerce, yes, you need Elementor Pro. But if you've got Shop Engine, then you won't need it. What's up? What's up, Gerald? You're not happy? What are you not happy with, Gerald? So, just back to Pro Media's point. If you use Shop Engine, you won't need Elementor Pro. But I strongly recommend you do get Elementor Pro. Your headers, your template, you know, all of this stuff. I strongly recommend that you do get it. Go on, Peter. Go for it. Go for it. And Gerald, what are you not happy with? So I just got to quickly reply to someone who's just sent a message on Facebook. Yeah, George, I'm just about to get to your email. Don't worry. Oh, yeah, Scroll Snap kills the sticky headers. So, Gerald, when you say it's harder to add the right column for the calendar, what do you mean by that? All right, George. No way, George. Do you, George? Interesting. Interesting. Yes, so Gerald, oh, by the way, Peter, you can't share links. If anyone is posting a link, you got to email me, okay, on info@websquadron.co.uk. You got to send over there, all right? Oh, hold on, Gerald. You're talking about where you've got the slider here and then you've got like upcoming events. You mean that, don't you? Right? You can do it as 2 columns. All you got to do is maybe make it a full width, right? You make it a full width and then you set your column size or your percentage. No, it's not come through, Peter. Can you send me the link? Send me the link. Email me the link. Flexbox, I still would not use it on a live site. I still feel like there's more to do. Hello is fine. Just hello. Just go for hello, Pro Media. Hello. Hello. Just go for hello, alright? Alright, Gerald, do you want me to log into your site? Do you want me to log into your site, Gerald? No, but what you have is 66% and 33%. Have you done that yet? Have you done that? Right, Gerald, I'm going to go into your website. I'm going to go in, Gerald, right now. Alright, I'm going to go in right now. Which page is it, Gerald? Which page are you working on? Is it your front page? Tell me if it's your front page. Right, yeah, cheers, Peter. Got your email. Right, so we're going to quickly look at what Peter has sent. By the way, this is work in progress for Peter, right? So I'm going to try and understand what he is saying. So he says only a few links work. Right, but if you try clicking just the buttons to navigate down, the first two larger buttons. Which buttons are we referring to? Okay, landing page, Gerald, give me a chance. There you go. Is that how it should look? There you go. Is that how it should look, Gerald? Not Gerald, Peter. No, here you go. Is this okay now, Peter? Just give me a yay. Give me a yes. Don't worry about it's just because of the MacBook size, alright? So don't worry about that. So where am I clicking? It's the first two larger buttons. First two larger buttons. Which buttons are they then? Do you mean these ones? Oh, you mean these? It looks like it's moving for me. I mean, it seems to be working for me. Unless I'm doing something wrong here. Right, I'm just going to quickly jump onto Gerald's website. Right. Gerald's website. Right, Gerald, you want to come out of this? I'm going to jump in, okay? I'm taking over your website, Gerald. I'm taking over your page. I'm taking over, Gerald. This is your last chance to say no. Don't take over. I'm going to count to 10, Gerald. If you don't want me to take over, say no. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Right, I'm taking over. Right. Right, okay. So, let me just shrink this size down so that we can see it on... Whoa. Take over. There we go, right. I don't think disabling wheel scroll is a good idea because people will still use it. And I think if you disable it completely, I think that's going to annoy quite a bit of people. I mean, I just think that we're so used to using it. I think you would annoy some people. Right, okay, so... Right, so at the moment, okay, Gerald, this section that you've got here, right, is a boxed width. So you've got to make that be full width, right? So you've got to have full width, number one. Then over here, you've got one column, so add in another column. And then you've got to change your sizing for that to be like, I don't know, if you click this section, go to layout, go to structure, and maybe go with, I don't know, 6633. Then you got to look at your slides. So if we go for this image here, you've got cover at the minute. Yeah, leave it as cover. Just check this image as cover as well. Right, okay. So you got your images, and then down here you would add in your extra widget, whatever you're going to stick in. You know, your calendar one or whatever. So you got your slider. But then what you also need to do, and this is crucial, okay? Let me look, if you do this, it's going to be right up against it. You don't want that. So what you need to then do is go over to your column, zero everything out, okay? And then where you've got your left here, I would give it about 40, something like that. So if I now just go here, you got a bit of breathing space here. Otherwise, it's way too close, right? So I'm coming out of that now. All right, Gerald, I'm jumping out. Oh, mini me. There we go. Right, okay. So I'm out now, Gerald. Sorry, back to the questions. So disabling scroll. So when you say snap, Peter, is it that you want it to go really quick when you say snap? Does that make sense, Gerald? So all it is, yeah, is that you got section 1 column, made it full width, add in another column, right? 66, 33%. You've added in a 40 pixels gap, so there's always a bit of a gap, and now you drop in what you want to drop in. But I would say, all right, Gerald, stay out of it. Gerald, stay out of it. I want to do one more thing, Gerald. Stay out of it for a minute. Oh, snap to sections, right. Let me have a think, Peter. Let me have a think. I'm just going to quickly sort out Gerald. So, Gerald, I'm jumping back in, okay? Because there's something else I think you need to kind of take attention with a little bit here. Let me just show you, right? So, I'm back in again, right? So, at the moment, right, number one, I think these are way too big. This is really too big. And I would move them to the right. Hold on, you can't see me. Hey, I'm here. I would move your menu to the right. It's way too close to the logo. I would move that to the right. So let's just quickly sort that out now, okay? Let's just do it while we're here. Edit header. Right, so let's just go to your navigation. Ooh, let's go over here. Make this be a horizontal end. Why is that not moving to the end? Oh, I know. It's because you've got, so look, right here you've got 0. Right, get rid of that. What have you got on here? You've got something else going on here. Is it a column? There you go. Right, so your column. There you go, right? Let's just sort out your navigation menu. I would thin it up a bit like that. I really would, because I just think it just looks way too big. It just looks really, really big at the moment. And I would make sure that is like that over there. The logo. That's already 0. That one there. No, sorry, that one. So I'm just messing around a little bit with what you've got here at the moment, okay? Just bear with me, mate. Bear with me. I'm just messing around. Okay, Gerald, I'm just messing around. Because I think... Ooh, REM. I know, I'm completely wrecking his site at the moment, aren't I? I'm just completely wrecking it. But no, I just feel like in terms of presentation, I feel like there's just a bit of, you know, because that logo is quite visual with the wording and the pattern in there. I feel like you got to let it breathe. So move everything away from it. Move everything away from it. Right. Okay, right. Let's just now edit the page. Dun, 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 section. Right. What's the height we've got here? What's the height? Have you set the height? Is the height set? Am I misreading something here? Ah, there we go, the height. So the VH, we're going to switch that to be... I would do something like that, Gerald. Right? I would do something like that. So you're dropping your slider down to be... Yeah, I'm even thinking as well, maybe the logo. Right, do you know what, Gerald? Let's... No, I'll let Gerald decide on that one. So now, over here, Gerald, you know here, I don't think you should have another slideshow like that here. I don't think you should do this. Because, yeah, I don't think you should do that. What you got going on over here? You've got margin. Why have we got a gap here? Something's not right there. We've got a gap going on there. But anyway, I wouldn't have another slider. You got one slider. I wouldn't have another one. White, maybe white. So Gerald, what I would say, yeah, is that, you know, here you've got another slider. Don't have a slider and then another slider unless they are very different, like products and something else. Underneath here is where you need to now have some further wording. Okay, but there's something not right here. I'm just trying to work out why we've got this gap. Why have you got a gap? Oh, there. Right. You need to... I would not have another slider there, Gerald. But I'm going to stop, whoop, like that. But there you go. That should give you something a bit more to work on. No, but if you look at the image. So here's the image I gave Gerald today. So that you could see what I'm doing. So what I've said is you got your logo, right? Then you got your menu over there. Underneath you have your slider, 60, look, you can see 66%. Then 33% you have your upcoming events. Then down here you have something about what you do, your impact statements, more about what you offer and all of that. Then down here you have your carousel, 10 other images about concerts and stuff, but they're just images, no words. No words, Gerald, just images, right? Because you got your words here and you got your wording here, just images. Then down here you have your blog, your latest 3 posts or your reviews of concerts and stuff like that. And then you get to your footer. All right. And this is what I mean by wireframe, scribble wireframe. Okay? That is my scribble wireframe. Right? It's not pixel perfect. It's not even got the colors defined. But it's more about the layout. If you have a good idea of the layout, a lot of the colors and the way you're going to make it look will come as you build it. Because the minute you say this part is blue and this part is white, the moment you add an image on and that image is very blue, you go, a blue image on a blue background, we need to adapt it. You got it, Gerald. Cool. Yes. And this is the key bit, Gerald. So this bit here is going to be wording in the middle where you're now saying, you know, I don't know, Deutschland concert photos, right? You know, whatever you want to put, but basically about, because you got your slides. I need to make a point here. Your slides won't have all your impact, your hero banner. There's slides and you've got upcoming news. But here, because I've shrunken your sliders now, this will be visible on the page when you land on the page. Get your hero banner, hero statement there. You know, Deutschland concert photos, rock on Tommy. That's Cannon and Ball. But rock on Tommy. You get the idea, okay? I know you said you understand it, Gerald, but I hope you're feeling better now, yeah? Come on, Gerald. You feeling better? We're waiting, Gerald. Are you feeling better? Gerald, are you feeling better? Hey, Catherine. Yeah, you know what, Catherine? I originally said to him, do white text on black. And then I was a bit like, maybe you could get away with the colour you got. But I think but I am one of those where, like, you know, I do think like a bit like what we've got here, you know, white, you know, when you have a dark background, white does work really well. By the way, if anyone hasn't voted yet, and you probably haven't, Catherine, okay, is click that link. It does not collect your IP address. It does not collect your email. You don't need to log in. We're just doing like a random little bit of voting here just to see, will you advise your clients to use Elementor Cloud? Do you have another job on top of the web design work you do? How do you get most of your clients? Most at the moment is word of mouth or referrals. Join in. Hey, Jimmy, I know you're always there, okay? I know you're always there. I mean, you're probably listening. Pixstar is cooking and web designing at the same time. Keyboard and... Oh, you guys can't see me, can you? I keep forgetting to do this. I need to make sure that this one is always enabled. Let me do that. There we go. That one must always be enabled like that. Keyboard with one hand, frying pan with the other. Frying pan, keyboard. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Cheers, Catherine. Let's see if the stats have changed now. Ah, interesting. So, here's the big question now that I've laid off until now. Over 70% do have another job. Anyone want to be brave to say what their other job is? I've given up the day job. I've given up my day job in January. Financial pressure. Ooh. Can I still afford the Pepsi Max? God damn it, I better still be able to afford the Pepsi Max. And I opened this an hour ago and it's gone quite flat. Damn it. But yeah, please feel free to share what your other jobs are. So other than your web design or whatever, what is your other job? What is your other job you do to help your income? Maybe you rent out accommodation. I don't know. What else do you do? Pickstar, you can get a stove underneath your monitor. Just make sure you've got a fireproof shelf. IT guy for Pickstar. What kind of IT, Pickstar? Because when you hear IT, it's going to be more than just IT, right? So what kind of IT? Mark, Director of Analytics. Jimmy, Move Organizer for an American company remotely from Portugal. Selling paint. Pro Media. Who would have known? I would not have guessed that. Pickstar works for schools and make their IT infrastructure. So yours will be like the networking. It'll be the networking side, won't it? Kind of thing, you know, with their computers and servers and all of that then. Or more. Teaching, Catherine. I mean, when you say teaching, Catherine, is it like when you say teaching, is it like online teaching, like English and stuff like that, or maths? Nuclear fusion. Is that what you teach? Just double check. I think I heard my son outside, but it wasn't. Server, Wi-Fi devices, iPads. Yep. I think that's what I kind of meant. I just said networking. I couldn't get my words out. But yeah, what kind of teaching, Catherine? That's quite interesting. Just got to answer a few more comments that have come through on Facebook. Oh, right. Well, I mean, that's quite good. I mean, as soon as you said teaching, I assumed it was something other than website. But if you're teaching web development with Elementor, well done. That's super good. And do you use a platform when you do that? Are you doing that via a platform, or is it just basically through your own website and how you promote yourselves? So Gerald did PR and publications for Server. PR and publications for Server. Can you expand on that, Gerald? So when you say for Server, do you mean GoDaddy? Were you doing PR for GoDaddy? Are you responsible for GoDaddy's success? What country are you in again, Pro Media? What country are you in? Whereabouts are you in the world again? I'm really bad at remembering where everyone is from. You know, I just about know where I'm from. Please not GoDaddy. Network hardware, got you. Definitely not GoDaddy. Netherlands. I don't know much about the tax regulations in Netherlands. Got it, Catherine. Zoom on. Oh, Fujitsu. Nice. So it's interesting to see that, and I think that's sometimes the reality, isn't it? That to survive solely on web design or something like that will take a bit of luck, a bit of hard effort. You gotta hope that you're gonna land a job one day that results in lots of other offshoots, or forever maintenance. I mean, there are some people's. Oh my God, affiliate link. I'll tell you where the affiliate link is. For Carapace, it's in the bin. It's in the bin. No, but there's quite a few like YouTube influencers. They kind of go, yeah, you know, we've got a job and we get like, you know, $10,000 a month as a maintenance package. And I kind of feel like they will be rare. They will be ridiculously rare. And I don't even know how much truth they're saying about that either. Because what they do is they go, yeah, I've got this and I'm earning this amount of money per month. And the tools I use are boom, 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 affiliate links. You know, go get Ocean WP, go get this, go get that. And I'm like, rah, stick to hello. Yep, go for it, Gerald. Hopefully see you later. And I hope right now, by us just... Yeah, the link will be posted later, Gerald. But I hope the header, the slider, the column helps you now, all right? And you've got a roadmap, okay? You've got a roadmap I did for you, all right? Okay? Go get 'em, Gerald. Go get 'em. You show them who's boss. And how was that when you worked with a web agency for 6 months, Catherine? Did you enjoy it? Good? Did they respect you? Too much work? Not enough work? Too much expectation? Perfect? Couldn't wait to get out? Looked forward to every day? Yeah, what was your experience? And you don't have to reply, by the way, if you don't want to say what it was like. You don't have to. But if you're willing to, you know, would love to know, what was that like for you for 6 months? You know, income-wise. Because, look, an agency did approach me in September last year. And they said, we can probably get you, like, you know, we can probably get a website for you 1 a week. And I was like, oh, okay, 1 a week, right, okay. And I said, but what would you, and they were based in the UK as well. In fact, they're in Nottingham. They're less than 30 miles away from me. And they were like, but we'll pay you £400 per website. And I was like, whoa, hold on. You're going to pay me £400 for 1 week? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, are you kidding? I said, I'm really sorry, yeah, but you expect me to do 6 to 7 days work for £400? I said, you're disrespecting me and what we do and how we do things. And I just thought, you know, and they were like, yeah, but we've got a student in Birmingham who does that. I was like, a student in Birmingham is happy to earn £400 working from home, doing a website a week. They're happy. Not us. Yeah, so Catherine, nightmare, bad communication, designers and project manager. Were they paying the right... Don't tell us what they were paying, but were they paying what you felt you deserved per project? Or was it like, this is all you're going to get, like it or lump it? Yeah, but oh god, Carapace. Yeah, use a theme as well. And I was going to do a video on web agencies, and I held back on it because I felt like I could probably... It will annoy some people, because I do think that there's this exploitative part of web agencies as well, whereby... Just because they know they can get a website built for like $40 from India or Thailand or wherever, they then try and say, right, I want a website built by someone in the UK and I'm only going to pay you $200. And you kind of go, it's a different economy. It's a different lifestyle. It's a different, what just about works there won't work here. But yeah, sorry to hear, Catherine, that it was a bad experience as well. But, you know, sorry to hear that. And that's what I meant. That's why I didn't record it. I was about to record it and I didn't. And I was like, you you know, if I start to be a little bit very honest about what I learn from people when I speak to them, or when I've spoken to an agency with how they like to operate. You know, so there was this one agency, well, it's the Nottingham one. They were charging this coffee company in London £8,000 for the website, but they're only going to pay the person that builds the website £400. Do you get where I'm going with this? £8,000 they're going to charge, right? But they're only going to pay the person that actually builds the website £400. Can we see what's going wrong here a little bit? $1 million agency. And Catherine, but were they paying you? I mean, I'm not saying ignore the nightmare, because that would put me off too, but were they respecting the income you deserved, do you think? Or do you think there was a bit of taking the piss? Yeah, I mean, people to do the web design bit, but they're charging a lot. They're going to take a massive cut of it and give a minute. I mean, £400 out of £8,000. What's that? 5%? Yeah, 5% of the cost to the client. So the whole build, the entire build of this website, that's all they're going to get. 5%. You know, 5%. And then when I told them, you are doing this so wrong, and they got really defensive, right? And then I did a check on them, and guess what I found out about the main man, the main person running this agency, right? 3 years ago was in court for fraud. And that just said a lot about, I just thought, right, you know, wow, you know. And I really feel sorry for people to get sucked into that. You know, there will be people out there, if they're told you're going to get £400 for a website, there will be people that go, oh yeah, I want that, I'll do it. You're going to regret it. And here's the other thing they said, and I was like, no. They said to me, we'll give you a login to a website, and we want you to build the home page as a test to see if you're good at what you can do. And I said, right, so you want me for free as a test to build your home page with your menu and all of your features, and if you like what you see, then you're going to commission with me, even though I don't like your £400. They were like, yeah. And I was like, seriously? You want me to give up my time to do your homepage for this client for free with your menu and everything, and it's done on their server. Exactly, Pixstar. You know what I mean? Because then they could take a backup. You could go, right, I'm going to delete it. They don't care. They've got your backup. They'll have it on their server as well, a backup, because you can't touch the server. All you can touch is the word. And I was like, God, this is so bad. And I worry about how many people get sucked into that. You know, and I was like, this is wrong, mate. Don't do this. You know, you should be ashamed. And they got really defensive. Oh, no, it works and blah, blah, blah. Who do you think you are? And I was like, oh, whatever. Stop talking to them straight away. And it was after that I was going to do the video. And then I thought, there's going to be a lot of agencies out there that don't want to hear, or I don't want to tarnish agencies with the same brush, because that's not fair. There's good agencies, there's bad agencies, there's ugly agencies. I don't want to do that. And here's the thing, Pixstar. They approached me. And then they go, right, now do a homepage to prove you can do what you can do. hold on, you approached me. And you are only going to pay £400 for 6 days' work. Get lost, basically, right? But I think, I think that's the, it's, all businesses up and down the world really are always going to make a cut and whatever. But I always say that I don't care if they take a big cut. I don't care. They're the owners. They started the business. They probably got the lead, the client. I get it. They're going to take a big cut. I get it. But make sure you're rewarding the workers who are doing the heavy lifting and the building a very decent cut. And to only say they were going to offer 5%. I mean, Catherine, without giving away, don't give us any costings if you don't want to. But do you have any idea of what a client was paying for a website and how much of that you would have got? So do you know if you got 20%, 50%, 5%? Do you know roughly what you would have got? So if a client was paying £10,000 and you got 1,000, were you only getting 10% of that? Do you know what your percentage was for what the client paid? Do you have an idea of that? I don't know if Catherine is still on here, by the way. But if you are, Catherine, care to share what the percentage was? I'm not sure, Pickstar. There might be, but if you were going to do it like that, like a push notification, you could I'm wondering if you could stick it into a pop-up that appears after 4 seconds or something. I'm wondering. I know what you mean, but I can't think of a plugin that does that. Ah, right. Okay, yeah. But if we get to the point where we go down the road where we start contracting work out, I would want to make sure that I've got a brilliant relationship with the contractor, and I would want to make sure that they are being rewarded to the point where they never want to leave, where they love working with us, and also I have to say, this agency, the person running it, did not have a clue about Elementor or WordPress or websites at all. Not a clue. And I'm not saying you have to know everything, but they didn't know a thing. And, if we start working with contractors and whatever, I'd want them to know that we're there to give them another opinion or chip in and help out if there's a problem, whatever. I prefer it when I know the people working with me have some knowledge or understanding. So if I say there's a problem and I can't do my work because of a problem, they understand that I'm not bullshitting them, basically. Because they know that, I get what you mean. Oh, right, okay. I prefer that. Hey, listen, 8D. So Pickstar and George on here, they're pretty good with their HTML, CSS and JavaScripting. I would say that I would say HTML and CSS you could slowly learn. JavaScript is going to take a bit more time. And I would definitely recommend you get your head around HTML and CSS first before you jump into JavaScript. But I don't know if Pickstar will agree with me on that. And that's so frustrating, isn't it, Catherine? When you find a dream job, you think, yes, I can work from home, I can do all of this stuff, and then you suddenly go, it's not as good as what you thought, and that is that's not just it's more than just frustrating. That's gut-wrenching, right? That can be really gut-wrenching. In terms of sources, I haven't got any great ones yet, but I would say Google, and you'll find. I mean, look, YouTube videos. Just reading a book can get boring, really boring. But if you have someone talking to you, like instructing, I think that can be really, really good. Definitely, I would recommend doing that. Yeah, definitely recommend that. But HTML and CSS, I would learn that first. And then when you've done that, then move on to JavaScripting. I did wonder what you meant there, Catherine, when you said is will take time. I thought maybe that's a typo, but yeah, JS, yeah. Okay, look, everyone, we've been live for 1 hour 51. I'm going to give it 9 more minutes, okay, and then I will. It's coming up to 2 o'clock, and I think I've kind of not done much for my son today, so I need to go check he's alive. I know he's alive. I can hear him. No, I don't do freelancing on Fiverr for 2 reasons. Number one, you're not going to get. Okay, look, let me make it clear. What I say next is not absolutely true for everyone, but the majority will be low-paying clients, number one. And number two, the high-paying clients are going to expect everything and the world. You know, they're going to want everything under the sun. And because that you're agreeing to a price before you've probably done proper negotiation over a spec and what they want, you are now obligated to deliver because you want the money and you want a good review, right? And the cheap jobs, they're going to want a lot for very little value as well. So I would say that if you're trying to build up your profile, it's not a bad place to start. But you're going to make peanuts and do loads of work, or the people that pay a lot, they're going to expect a lot of stuff, and then you're kind of stuck, you know. Hey, Amit, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you have not got a lot of experience or reputation and you're trying to get reviews, it's not a bad place to start. Do the little jobs here and there, but be very clear what you do. Do not offer unlimited revisions. Because in your head, a revision is change the text, change the image. To a client, a revision is do the whole website again. You're right at the end, and then the client goes, change it all. You're like, what? And they're like, but you said unlimited revisions. Be very clear on what a revision is and is not. Oh, Federico. Have you noticed when you try to put an overlay on a container, it doesn't work? Haven't tried that yet, if I'm honest. So you're basically saying, yeah, on the container background, it doesn't work. I'm not sure. So when you put an overlay on a container, and the video, Federico, yeah, take care, Catherine. Federico, is the video... There's a bit of an echo in this room, isn't there? Is the video a self-hosted video or is it a YouTube video? Can you tell me what kind of video it is? Yes, tell us what video it is. Pro Media. $2,000 products. I'm a bit nervous about 2,000 products on Elementor Cloud because there's a limitation on the bandwidth and the amount of storage, right? Okay, I'm a little bit worried if Elementor Cloud can handle that. Yeah, exactly what Sum is saying. Fiverr's really bad for revisions. Right, Federico, both. Just very quickly, I'm looking at the questions. Interpret. The reason I said VH for height, it means that when you look at Gerald's website, okay, because his sliders were set to like 50%, when you're looking at it on a desktop, the sliders will only ever be 50%. Which means if he's got a statement here underneath, that will always be visible, right? It's just another way of doing it. So depending on the size of your screen, VH 50 means it will always be just 50%. Question. So John, where would you recommend finding freelance work if not Fiverr? You've got to LinkedIn. Start connecting with businesses on LinkedIn. Start connecting. Upwork. What is your niche area, John? So let's say your niche area is I don't know, plastic surgery. You build plastic surgery websites, right? Start contacting plastic surgery or look at their websites. Have they got a website? They haven't got a website. You better do one up for them then. No, the overlay. I'm just going to go back to Federico's question, right? So Federico, when you say the overlay, right? Okay. A bit like what Dave has said, right, with the overlay covering the controls. Sometimes though, if the video is autoplay, you don't have to worry about the controls, Dave. It just plays automatically. And I am just going to go into now. I think I've got a website that has got. Let me just get onto a website that has got the containers activated. Okay. Spelt it wrong. Bad move. Let me go to a website that's got it. Well, Zoom, I think dentist websites, there's a gap to be filled. Dentist websites, there's a gap to be filled. I think it all depends. If there's a market for it, you got to work in that market. But it all depends on, is there a market? Yeah. So in some places, it might be saturated or overfilled. But let me just double check, right? I'm just going to go into my settings and I'll share the page in a moment. All right, let me just double check. Flexbox is active on this website. Yep, save changes. Do you like it? Gap to be filled. I don't like GPL plugins. Number one, when that plugin's updated, what if the one you've got is not updated? Number two, it could contain malware, viruses. You don't know what you're downloading. Number three, for me, it's just a cheap way of doing it. It means you're not serious. I don't mean you, but I mean you're not. Whoever does that is not serious about investing in their business. There's loads of free plugins out there. If I don't want to use WooCommerce subscriptions, which I don't, I use Paid Membership Pro, which is free. That's good for me. But rather than like cutting a corner, you know. What if you build a website for your client and they find out that you used Elementor Pro GPL and you told them we're going to use Elementor Pro and use GPL, and that GPL web plugin mucks up their website. Malware, plugin incompatibility, there's an issue, something goes wrong. How would you defend what you did? Because the client, if I was a client, I'd be like, whoa, unless you made clear to me the problem, right? I would be like, whoa, hold on. You know, I thought you'd be paying for it. It's like a general public license. Is it general public license? General public license, I think is what it stands for. And it's like someone has downloaded a copy for Elementor Pro, whatever, a version of it, and made it available to everyone. It probably won't even be the current plugin that they should, the current version. And it could even be a version that's got malware or something installed into it. It's a great way to muck up your website. Right, just go back to Federico. Right, let's just open up a page. Let's just go to edit with Elementor. It is, well, you could call it null software, but believe me, there's loads of people out there that are pushing Elementor Pro GPLs out there, and I just kind of go, no, 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 no. Right, okay, should I share the screen? There we go, right. So let's do a container. We'll do one container, right? We'll drop in a, where are we? Here we go. Let's go to style. Let's go to video. Let's get a YouTube video. Wow, there we go. Let's get a website link in there. Okay. So look, the video is playing, and we'll say, yeah. Let me just make this container be. Let's just do that for now. Right. So we've got a video playing there. This is the video I had on the other day. Okay. So now let's add in a overlays. This is the problem, isn't it, Federico? This is the problem you're having with the video. So let's go to overlay. Come on, where are you? There we go. Overlay. And let's add in a, let's just drop in a let's just add in a, here you go, let's add in this as an overlay, right? Overlay, center. Yeah, so that's a good point. So overlay does not work from what we can tell. So I've gone for a center overlay. Let's just make it be cover, no repeat, scroll. So let's just preview that. So the overlay is there until the video starts playing. And when the video plays, then the overlay disappears, right? Okay, so the overlay basically disappears when the video is playing. So if you were definitely going to do an overlay, right, like you had your heart set. Oh, come on, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, if you definitely were going to do an overlay, you might want to like put your overlay in another section, like down here, right? And then overlap the containers. Not always the best way to do it. You know, let's be honest here. But you could then have this container. Let me just put in an overlay image. Let's just go for, I don't know, let's go for that phone, right? Center, no repeat, and we'll make it be contain, like that, okay? And make it be like that. You could, if you want, now just go over here and then start to, you do that. However you do it. So if you were now going to overlay it, yeah, there we go. We've got George. There we go. Look, George. He was in the video we released yesterday. George. Jimmy. We've got Jimmy over there at the top. We've got George down. Where's my fingers? He was there, right? So you could do that if you want, okay? You could do that if you want. Yep. I hope that made sense. I hope that made sense, yeah? So I don't know if you're still there, Federico, but... Oh, sorry, you are there. Yes. So I would say that is what... if push came to shove and you wanted it to be there over the video, it's not the best way to do it, don't get me wrong, but that's what I would do for a quick, easy way to do it. Chingy joined... George joined. Atlantis joined for a bit. Dillbag joined. Someone called Dillbag. We also had Jimmy joined for a bit as well. But I think EV Mux, the sharing of it, I don't think it was as good as kind of like... I don't think it was as good as what we thought in terms of the... multiple people being on the chat. It was not as good. Okay, look, we've been live now over 2 hours now, and I am going to cut off now in 1 minute. I will soon, but I've got to double check a few things with EV Mux. I wasn't overly impressed by it. I've got to check a few things, and I've also got to just look at some other solutions as well. Yeah, Mark did not join. Until he gets his internet line redone, boosted, he can't join. Not allowed, banned. Take care, Jimmy. Good video on motion effects. What, you mean with a video appearing? I think with video, if you're really going to do a motion animation, I don't think you should do anything more than just fade up. I just think, right, you know, I think videos flying in is a bit overkill. I think just have them fade up. Just do that. I wouldn't, I find that some motion effects you can really, like, don't have it roll in or swerve in. It's a bit overkill. George, it's okay. George, look, you are all entrepreneurs and working really, really hard, okay? Yes, a motion effects in the pre-entrance animation. You know, I wouldn't, and when you have a scrolling animation, unless it's a circular video, be careful on what you do. I just say fade up is fine for a video, right? Because, yeah, keep it simple with videos. Mark will be until June. Right, look, everyone, I'm going to fire off now. Get on with some other stuff. Go check my son's okay as well. And I'll see you all soon. All right. Great as always. Federico, I don't know if you've been on before. Maybe you have, and I just forgot your name. Really sorry, but great to have you. Great question as well. You highlighted the fact that, you know, and like Dave found out as well, you can't have the image overlay or whatever, but you could have another container and you overlap it like that. You could get away with that. Take care, everyone. It's been really good fun as always, and I'll keep seeing you. Bye.